Okay guys, time to mask up the canopies. Now, for this model, I will be using Parafilm to do this. Okay, it's not a common way of doing it. Usually it's using masking tape like Tamiya. Masking tape here, these is part of the best way to do it, is with the Tamiya masking tape. However, I wanted to try Parafilm and see what the big hype is about that. So we're going to go take a look. First of all, before you do any canopy at all, you want a new blade. So we're fitting up a new blade. Okay, nice and new there. Now what I have on here right now in this little little container is the Parafilm. Just playing around with it, and just to hold in all my pieces so I don't lose it. This stuff, when activated, is pretty sticky. Doesn't leave a residue. That's why it's usually perfect for masking for canopies, as well as doing stuff like camo painting. Now it comes with two canopies here. It's quite shiny, as you can tell. Has a protective coat of Future on it. Now there was a little disaster, but no big deal. While snipping away the sprue part here, wasn't careful enough. Cracked this a little, but luckily it is on the frame, mostly on the frame, towards the bottom where the canopy goes down. So we'll be able to cover that no problem. You might see a little part of the crack sticking out, but I'm not too worried about it. Alright, so first off, which canopy are we going to use? We'll be using the one without the bracer. So this one is the extra one. Go ahead and mask that up. Now this is what Parafilm looks like, okay, when it's still on its backing. So what you want to do is, I cut a really pretty big piece here, so that's way too big for this canopy. I won't be wasting a lot of it that way. So we'll cut it in half. We gotta take it off its backing, and this is probably what I'm gonna hate the most about using Parafilm. I hate doing this. Okay, so it comes off the backing like this. Okay, and it's a clear piece of film. Okay, now what we're gonna do is take this film, and one way, there's only one direction we should be pulling it, is pulling it apart like this. This will activate the stickiness. Now you only pull it one way, don't pull it the other way. And the more you pull it, the more thin it gets, so you have to be very careful. Now it's supposed to pull it about 3 or 4 times bigger than it is. And there you have it. Now it's activated. Put it over to the canopy, and as you can tell, it's already sticking. Go ahead and cut off the excess. And just conforms right up against the surface. Pretty cool if you ask me. Alright. This is what it looks like. Alright, this is everything with the whole Parafilm over the canopy. Now I'm going to take a Q-tip here, and you can tell here that the Parafilm is kind of lifted up. Oh, there's more to it. Okay, kind of lifted up from the little edges here. So I'll take the Q-tip and just rub it. Oh, too tight. Okay, now this is what people are talking about. When this thing activates, it sticks, and that's why you need a really sharp X-Acto knife. It starts scripting up against anything that touches it. So we'll try it again. Okay, take 2. Let's try another piece. I've got 250 feet of this stuff, so it's not like I'm wasting a lot of it. Just to be safe, the last time we used it, that was quite a lot. Let's cut it even in half. Use this little piece here. Okay, here we go. Now, first one lays down this way. Let's pull it this way. Okay, now we're supposed to only pull in one direction, but I'm going to take a chance here. Just pull it out a little, make it a little wider. I guess that kind of worked. Top of the canopy like this. Now pull each side here. Get a grip there. Get a grip there. Oh wow, this is still a lot. We cut that thing in half and it's still a lot. Look at this. Alright. There we go. Let it stick in. Go ahead and cut the excess off. Like over here, there's a flap of it here. Okay. Now I noticed when I was playing with this stuff earlier that if it's too thin, it'll start breaking apart, so you gotta be careful there. Now this thing is folding up upon itself. It's still sticking. I barely even cut this because the kid's gripping the scissors. Okay. Now it's really thinly on. Maybe I should put another layer on it. I thought I'd trim this. One second, did I crack my canopy or... Oh no, it's just the Parafilm. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this thing. Okay. Okay, that was actually quite painless, and I'm not sure if I did it correctly because that was just too easy. Okay, now you see some jagged places and it doesn't actually fill the edge there. You can tell on the camera. So what I'll do is put a small piece of Parafilm across there. This one from one of the scraps. See if I can salvage it. Okay, and this one hasn't been stretched out yet, so let's do that. Little piece. There you go. About 3 to 4 times bigger. Go and reapply this. Top. This. Okay, so cut off some of the excess and I hope it doesn't get caught on the pair of scissors. Make sure I'm not missing any areas here. Go ahead and press it over because it hasn't touched the edge yet. Now see, that it's working much better. So I got 2 layers on this side of Parafilm. And now that it's on, you can actually adjust the edges around a bit. Push it up against the edge so that fills in the area. So like that. And there you have it, a mask canopy with Parafilm. Okay, let's do the bottom half of the window here. And there you go. Now let's do this one. We'll use this piece here for this canopy. Okay, it's done. Okay, now that we have the canopy windows masked up, I went ahead and put the bottom window in, stuck it in, and then used Tamiya thin cement and just let the cement flow in between the cracks, melt the plastic together and dry up. Now we have two choices here. We can mask up the cockpit area here and do our painting and then paint the canopy separately. What I like to do is, if I have the choice with the model, is put in the canopy temporarily and paint along with the canopy on. That way it matches the color with the fuselage, and that's what I'm going to do here. Now, in order to hold the canopy together, the best glue to use, in my opinion, is Elmer's white glue, because it will dry up, it'll be strong enough to hold it together, and then easy to pull apart and slide off the plastic when it's dry. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Okay, now we wait for it to dry, and make sure you wipe off any excess glue on the outside where you're supposed to be painting, because it will come right off after you paint over it if there's anything left over. Now this will hold the canopy in place. When we're done and finished, we just pull it off with a X-Acto blade or toothpick, and then just scrape off the glue, and that's it. Now we're ready for painting. Alright, quick final note here. We use Parafilm to do the masking here, and I love this stuff. This is great stuff. I bought this on Amazon, and you just go on Amazon, just do the search on Parafilm-M or just Parafilm, and it'll come up. I think this costs around 20 bucks, 25, something like that, for this huge roll here, and they have different sizes and stuff. This is 2 inches by 250 feet roll, and this is going to last forever, I can tell. Working with this, I can tell that it would be easy to do camo with this and other stuff, because you can crunch it up, it'll fold onto itself. You stick it down, it'll stick onto the surface of the model itself. So you do, various camo designs with it and stuff.